See ya! Hey YouTube, what's up? I've recently picked up an Xbox One and I've been playing Forza Horizon 2. Really enjoying it, but I'm a big fan of steering wheels, so I thought I'd give this one a try. This is by Thrustmaster, the Ferrari 458 Spider racing wheel. This is an entry level for the Xbox One. The next one up is $300 or $400 from what I'm pricing out at the time of this video. This one I picked up today at Best Buy for about $120. And it comes with racing pedals, the steering wheel itself, and then the adapters. So I thought I'd do a quick unboxing and see what it actually looks like. So as we open this up here, looks like we got the steering wheel here, our table mount, and our pedals underneath. Let's move this out of the way. Let me get this out of the box and we'll take a look at the different components. This looks like it's going to get messy. Okay, now I got it all unboxed. Read a little bit about the instructions here. Something I normally don't do, but I figure I might as well look at them while I got them out. There is a sensitivity level in it, 1 through 4, and it looks like you actually have to set the sensitivity every time that you turn on your Xbox. So once it's been powered down, you unplug your steering wheel, you plug it back in, you have to press 4 buttons at the same time. A white light will flash on the steering wheel system back here, and depending if it flashes once through 4 times is your different levels. So it's normal, low, very low, and minimum. And it's saying here that when you're playing Forza, they do suggest, what was it, very low, setting number 3. I won't know until I actually try it. Another thing I've noticed with this is there's no place to actually connect your headset. So if you're going to be playing with friends, I guess you'll have to use your controller on the side with your headset hooked into it. There's no room for it, or no connection, I guess, for it on the steering wheel itself. Okay, well, let's take a look at things. One, the steering wheel. The steering wheel is actually pretty nice. It feels really comfortable. This isn't leather, it's actually like a red, or sorry, isn't, yeah, leather. It's more like a plastic red leather. And switches are aluminum. Got a very positive feel to it. Menu button, start engine button, which is your D-pad actually. Really not sure what all these do. It's going to be probably a different application for each individual game. You have your Y button, your X button, your B button, and your A button. The unit is very light itself. The resistance band is nice. As you can tell, it just kind of springs back. No force feedback in this system, but it'll be interesting to see how this works. Mounting position. Basically this is how you'll mount it to a desk. Ish. I'm assuming it clamps on like that. You take your metal bolt, which has a plastic handle, put it in here, and screw it down. I'll do a review on this after I have everything all set up and let you know how everything fits together. Alright, now to the pedals. If I've missed anything on here. Xbox buttons on the side. There looks to be a light here. Maybe that's your white light that you use for setting the steering sensitivity. Watch that fall on the ground. Okay, coming to the pedals. The pedals, fairly wide stance. They say they're adjustable, so I believe that you can flip these depending on which way you're actually sitting. I use an MR2 car chair for my driving setup, so I'm gonna make sure that I have those adjusted properly where it will work in that seating position. With one of my other steering wheel setups, I actually had to adjust it so it sat up more, because sitting in an actual car seat, the pedals like that, it's very, very uncomfortable. So I'll have to see if I have to do any modification to that. It does come with soft rubber feet, so if you're on carpet, it probably won't slide. If you're on like a concrete floor like it is down here, it may. What I normally do is just put an anti-slip mat between the floor and this, and it doesn't usually go anywhere. The pedals themselves, the brake is definitely a lot stiffer than the gas, and you can tell the difference. So hopefully, I do drive with shoes on, so it's really quite nice to be able to feel the difference between the gas and the brake, and I'm glad to see they're not the same. Construction on this is really quite nice for the price point. I would like something with force feedback, but I just don't want to put the money into it right now. Okay, so I now have my Ferrari Thrustmaster 458 Spider wheel set up. My setup, very crude looking, but it does the trick. I figure I'm actually not looking at the cockpit of my car, I'm looking at the screen. And I'll just kind of go over an overview on how this is installed and maybe some tips on what you may need to do. So overall, the steering wheel mounted up really nice and easy. I don't know how this video is going to look, so I'll give it a try. Up under here, I actually had to use a little piece of wood to mount it up, but it is very nice and secure. No problem with the movement. I do have 20 pounds worth of weight on here. This way, the table does not move. The pedals, I did end up switching them over. Again, you may not see this, but the brake and the gas, I did switch up. So they're facing up in the taller stance. I mocked up just a piece of foam in the back to lift up the back of the pedals. I've just taped them down quickly on an anti-slip pad and some other plastic, kind of hold it in there, and it works really, really nice actually. So now I can actually take the time and do it properly. Whether I do that or not, you know what, again, it's just kind of a racing simulator. I look more at the screen than I do the rest down here. As you can tell by the room down here, it's not really meant for looks. It's just here for having fun. The steering wheel itself works very, very well. Kind of go over some of the features, and I'll also go over the programming as well. I've used program in the instruction for the sensitivity low to normal, or low to normal. To be honest, I haven't noticed much of a difference with any one of them, so you can probably just put it in and just never have to set it up. Buttons, very easy layout. You have your menu button, you have your home button, a button that just kind of randomly does nothing. It all depends how you have it set up. How do I back up out of this? Alright, cool. Engine button is basically your left, right, up and down. It toggles your music, just like your D-pad would do on your normal controller pad. This, it says Race Sport. It really just takes you into a menu and out of a menu.
Alright, so what are we doing to your ride today?
So, again, some buttons on here, it's going to be more specific to what you're looking at. And the nice thing about this also, the Xbox One actually recognizes that this is a steering wheel. So when you go into your controls, let's see if I can, I can't, how do I do that? So, and I go into my settings, go to my controls, there we are. So it already recognizes that it is a steering wheel, and you can set it up. From the looks of it, it actually does accept a clutch pedal, a brake, and a gas. Maybe there are systems out there that do that. This one doesn't do that, but it's nice to know that you can actually get that maybe down the road. Buttons feel really, really good. I'm really impressed with the overall feel of the steering wheel. up and down. Like you feel the clicks on your shift up, shift down. Behind the or below the shift up and shift down button on the back here, you won't see it very well, but there is actually just a button, just a round small button. So if you didn't want to use your shifter paddles, you can use that. It does the same thing. Your B, A, Y, and X buttons, they feel really, really good, really, really firm. Really like that, and appreciate the feel and the look of them. They've integrated it really, really well into the steering wheel. What else? Force feedback. Well, there is no force feedback, but it does have that bungee cord type of feel to it. Kind of an odd sensation when we're running it. It seems to have a little bit of a dead spot right here as you're turning left and right. And I'll get some footage so you can see the difference between this and how it looks kind of on the screen. But you know what? Overall, it feels really good. No force feedback. But for the price and for actually being able to use a steering wheel with Forza Horizon 2, you know what? I'm definitely willing to look past that. The construction of this is really nice. The pedals work really well. There's no squeaks. There's no rattles. Everything feels nice and tight. Now, let's see if I can actually show you how to... Putting this on my knee here. I don't know how this will work. So what you have to hit is the shift down, the shift up, the Y and the B. It tells you this in your manual, and you'll see right here this light will flash. If it flashes 1 or 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, it tells you what mode it's in for your setting. So right now, there it's 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So again, all you have to do at any time during gameplay or in a menu screen, just hit that and you should have no problem with it. Again, I haven't really noticed much difference between normal and 4 and anywhere in between, but I guess it's an option. So if you find something different, then go ahead and play with that. Anyway, I'm going to try to set this up so we can get a little bit of in-game mode so you can kind of see how this thing works. I just picked up this game. I'm an excellent driver, probably the best driver you'll ever see. Okay, that's a lie. I'm gonna be driving an old Camaro. I can't drive her the shit. So, and you'll be able to see that. So let me set this up, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so I don't know how well you can actually see this. I'm hoping the foot pedals are going to be dark. You're not going to be able to see much of that. But hopefully you'll be able to see the steering wheel and the screen. That's kind of what I'd like to show you, and the difference, you know, kind of how it looks when you're in driving. If you see me grab a drink, I do not recommend drinking and driving at all, but I do like to have a cold Miller when I'm playing my Forza Horizon 2, but I do not encourage drinking and driving in the least. So let's get into a menu, or into our car. Again, we're running an old Z28. I'm using my B button as a clutch. And you'll hear the nice positive shifting sounds if I shifted the right way. And it feels good. Again, there's no force feedback in it, but it's a nice solid feel. And that being no force feedback, you actually don't have to hook up a power supply to this either. It just works via USB cable, which is really, really nice. One less thing you actually have to worry about. And everything is nice and smooth. Gameplay is flawless, like Forza normally is. And I think I can get used to not actually having force feedback. The bungee cord system that they have, which I'm not sure why they said bungee cord, because that sounds like the cheapest thing you could possibly put in a steering wheel. But you know what? Actually works pretty good. So this has got to be the coolest and most sophisticated bungee cord in the world, thanks to Xbox One and Thrustmaster. Anyway, that's all I'm really going to show you. Overall, I'm really impressed with the steering wheel. I think it does a great job for the price point. It feels good. It handles good. Yes, it doesn't have force feedback, but I think you can overlook it for all the extra qualities that it does have. It mounts to the table really well. No power supply. Really nothing to go wrong with it. And all in all, out of a 10, I'll give it probably 8 out of 10. Now again, I've just hooked it up, just installed it. If I run into any problems, I'll be sure to let you know. But as of now, it seems like a pretty solid unit. Anyway, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Let's hit a tree. Yes! Yes! Breaking it. Annoyed you had to look around. Maybe you can't do that. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Awesome.